Hello everyone, I am Professor G.B. Shendge, Assistant Professor, Department of Agronomy, College of Agriculture, Baramati. In 5th semester, the new course of Agronomy is offered to you, that is Practical Crop Production First, Kharif Crops. Course number Agro 359, credits 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. This is only the practical course, semester 5th new, and the course title is Practical Crop Production First, that is Kharif crops. Kharif crops means those crops which are sown in rainy season or in monsoon season. That crop that is called as Kharif crops. Next is the exercise number 1, that is study of physical and chemical properties of soil. In first semester you all are learn the properties of soil. Okay, see the introduction, that is what is mean by soil or definition of soil. Soil is defined as a natural body developed as a result of pedogenic processes that take place during and after weathering of rocks in which plant grows, that is called as soil. Okay. Then see the components of the soil. There are various components of the soil. The soil is mainly composed of mineral matter, organic matter, water, air and organisms. First component of soil, that is mineral matter, the composition is 45%, which is obtained by disintegration and decomposition of rocks. Second, organic matter, obtained by decay of plant residue and animal remains and microbial tissues. Water, obtained from the atmospheric in the form of rains, snow, dew, etc. Air or gases, obtained partially from the atmosphere and partially as a result of reaction and microbial activities taking place in the soil. And fifth component, that is organisms. There are two types of organisms which are present in soil, that is macroorganisms and microorganisms. Macroorganisms like rodents, worms, insects, etc. and in microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, etc. There are two types of properties of soil. First is physical properties and second, that is chemical properties. First, see the physical properties of soil. The physical properties of soil depends on the amount, size, shape and arrangement of its mineral soil particles. That is the physical properties of soil. The most important physical properties of the soils are as under: first, soil texture; second, soil structure; third, bulk density; fourth, particle density; fifth, porosity; sixth, soil color; seventh, soil water; eighth, soil consistency; and last property, that is soil temperature. First, see the important physical properties of soil, that is soil texture. What is mean by soil texture? Definition of soil texture: it refers to a relative amount of soil particles like sand, silt and clay that are present in the soil, that is called as soil texture. And the soil which contains equal amount of all the soil particles like sand, silt and clay is called as loam or loamy soil. Loamy soil means equal amount of sand, silt and clay particles, that is called as loamy soil. Equal amount means 33% sand, 33% clay and 33% silt which are present in the soil. That soil is called as loamy soil. The particle size distribution of soil may be determined by International PPT method or Biogas hydromet method. By using the International PPT method or Biogas method, how to analyze or determine the soil texture property. Okay. The next property, that is soil structure. Soil structure means the arrangement of individual soil particles with respect to each other into a pattern is called as soil structure. The arrangement of primary soil particles into the soil mass, that is called as soil structure. Soil structure can be changed by adopting various soil management practices like tillage, manuring, crop rotation, irrigation and drainage. Soil structure is a changeable property of soil and soil texture is a unchangeable property of soil. Okay. Then this method is determined by Yoder technique. By using Yoder technique, this property is determined. The common types of soil structure are platy structure, columnar structure, prismatic structure, blocky structure, crumby structure and granular structure. These are the different structure of soil. Okay. Then next property, that is the bulk density. It is also called as apparent specific gravity. Soil bulk density means the Owen derivative of soil per unit of its bulk volume, that is called as bulk density. The bulk volume comprises volume of soil solids and pore space. The bulk density of soil is always smaller than the particle density, and the bulk density of average or normal soil is 1.33 gram per centimeter cube. This is the unit of bulk density, gram per centimeter cube. The bulk density of soil is determined by tube core method or clod method. It is determined by clod method. The next physical properties of soil, that is particle density of soil, or it is also called as absolute particle density. Definition: particle density is the mass of a unit volume of soil clods is called as particle density, and it is expressed in unit, that is gram per centimeter cube. The organic matter of this soil is increases, the particle density of that soil is decreases. Particle density is also termed as a true density. The particle density of normal soil is 2.65 gram per centimeter cube, and the particle density of soil is determined by pycnometer method. By using this method, how to determine the particle density of soil. Okay, the next property, that is porosity or pore space. What is mean by porosity or pore space? The space occupied by air and water between particles in a given volume of soil are called as pore space, or spaces between the soil particles which are occupied by air and water is termed as a pore space. Depending upon the size pore space fall into two categories. These are first micropore space and second macropore space. Micropore space means it refers to pore space between the individual particles of aggregates, that is called as micropore space. And macropore space means it refers to pore space between aggregates of soil particles, that is called as macropore space. The pore space between the individual particles of aggregates is called as micropore space, and the pore space between the aggregate of soil particles is called as macropore space. Micropore space is called as capillary pore space and macropore space is called as non-capillary pore space. The next property, that is soil color. This is the physical properties of soil. Soils have various shades such as black, yellow, red, grey, brown, etc. Some soils are named by their dominant colors. For example, black cotton soil is due to the black color, okay, and red loam soil is due to the red color. It gives an indication of the various processes which are going on in the soil as well as the type of mineral in the soil. For example, red color in the soil is due to the iron oxide which are under oxidized condition, or dark color to the soil due to the accumulation of highly decayed organic matter. The various shades of soil colors are determined with the help of standard color chart. The name of that chart is Munsell soil color chart. Then soil temperature. Soil temperature is measured with soil thermometer which are inserted in different depth into the soil. The temperature of soil is highest in the afternoon at 15 hours. There should be optimum temperature for the germination and growth of crops. All crops practically slow down their growth below 10 degrees Celsius and above 50 degrees Celsius temperature. It is therefore necessary to know whether the soil temperature is helpful to the growth of plant and microorganisms for their growth. Then soil water. Water which occupies together with air than non-solid porosity of soil is considered to be a prime regulator of physical, chemical and biological activities in the soil. Soil water is essential for the physical, chemical and biological activities which are carried out, which are carrying in the soil. In plant, water not only constituent is a major part of the plant but also essential for the photosynthesis. The water content of soil is determined by gravimetric method. By using this method, you have to determine the water content of soil. Then soil consistency. Soil consistency is the resistance of soil offered against forces that tend to deform or rupture into the soil aggregates, and it is determined by cohesive and adhesive properties of the soil mass, that is the soil consistency. Soil consistency means it is the resistance of soil to deformation or rupture the soil aggregates, that is called as soil consistency. These are the physical properties of soil. Then next, see the chemical properties of soil. The first important chemical properties of soil is buffering capacity of soil. Second, soil reaction. Third, cation exchange capacity. Fourth, organic matter. Fifth, available nitrogen, available phosphorus and available potassium. First, see the chemical properties of soil, that is buffering capacity of soil. Buffering capacity of soil means it is the property of distinct resistance to change in the pH of the soil solution, that is called as buffering capacity of soil. Buffering capacity is the property of distinct resistance to change in the pH of the soil solution, that is called as buffering capacity of soil. The buffering capacity of soil is depends on the action of, or it depends on its cation exchange capacity. Suppose higher the cation exchange capacity, the greater will be the buffering capacity, and lower the cation exchange capacity and the lower the buffering capacity. Okay. Then second, soil pH or soil reaction. Soil pH means the negative logarithm of the hydrogen ion activity is called as soil pH. The acidity, neutrality or alkalinity of a soil is measured in terms of hydrogen ion activity, and this activity is called as soil pH. Most of the agricultural soils have a pH varying from 4.5 to 8.5. The method of determination of soil pH, it may be determined either by calorimetric or potentiometric method. By using this method, you have to determine the soil pH. Okay, the next property, that is cation exchange capacity. It is also called as CEC, that is cation exchange capacity. The capacity of negatively charged clays and organic matter to absorb cations by simple physical attractive forces is called as cation exchange capacity. The negatively charged clays and organic matter to absorb cations by simple physical attractive forces, that is called as cation exchange capacity. The cation exchange capacity of soil together with exchangeable bases, which provides a measure for evaluating the fertility status of soil. The CC of soil is determined either by distillation method or ammonium saturation method. It is determined by distillation method or ammonium saturation method. Then next chemical property, that is soil organic matter. Soil organic matter means, or organic matter means, it refers the whole non-mineral fraction of soil and consists essentially of a series of products which range from decayed plant and animal tissues to fairly amorphous black or brown material. That material is called as soil humus. The organic matter content of soil is estimated from the organic carbon determined by using titrametric or calorimetric method. The organic matter of soil is estimated from the organic carbon, okay, and it is determined by using titrametric and calorimetric method. This is the soil organic method. Then next chemical property, that is available nitrogen, available phosphorus and available potassium. First, see the available nitrogen in soil. It refers to a fraction of the total nitrogen which is converted into forms accessible to the plants. The constituents on an average only 0.5 to 2.5% of the total nitrogen in a soil. The available nitrogen may be determined by extract method like alkaline potassium permanganate method or Subban Asija method. Then available phosphorus, it refers to the inorganic form occurring in the soil solution which is almost exclusively orthophosphate. The method most commonly used for determination is either Brace 1 method or second, that is Olsen method. These are the two methods which are used for the determination of available phosphorus in soil. Then available potassium. The available potassium is determined by ammonium acetate extraction method or by flame photometer method. The water soluble and exchangeable potassium are most accessible to the plants. Available potassium can be separated into the immediately available, which is the water soluble and exchangeable, and that potentially available or fixed. And the available potassium is determined by using two methods, that is ammonium acetate extraction method and second one is flame photometer method. These are the chemical properties of soil, physical and chemical properties of soil. Thank you.